Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Toasted Synapse from tsgaming.net with another first impressions video. Today we will be taking a look at Batman Arkham Origins, the third game in the series after Asylum and City. It's developed by Warner Bros. Montréal. Rocksteady were the people involved in developing the previous two games, and now they only dove into the multiplayer. So it's not developed by the same people, although they did give their input, and we'll see in this video whether or not it's worth the asking price. It is a AAA title and the prices are on the screen right now. You guys, I'm sure, know much more about the previous games as well as the Batman universe. So I'll let you be the judge of whether or not Origins is better or worse than City or Asylum. I'm going to have my first impressions on this game objectively speaking, although many reviews were mediocre, saying that it didn't iterate enough and thus it's a bad game. I don't think that this is the case, although I agree that new games in whatever franchise should iterate and bring new things to the table. You can notice in the background first of all that the cutscenes, and there are plenty of cutscenes, which is not so cool, you know, taking control away from the player. Well, these cutscenes are rendered outside the game and shown as clips, probably an AVI or MP4 file somewhere in the game files. I pretty much dislike this, especially if you have different graphical options, because when the cutscenes end and you'll be switched back to the game renderer, you are going to see a big difference, which you know, kind of ruins the immersion. So don't do that. Have your cutscenes in game, please. I also want to address the elephant in the room when it comes to Batman Arkham Origins, and that is the bugs. Apparently this game is riddled with bugs. I haven't experienced the in-game bugs that get you stuck and make the game unplayable, but people report that they are there, and there are plenty of videos online about those. So be careful of that if you don't like buggy games. I want to address the bug that doesn't let you start the game. That, I think, is more important than an in-game bug that doesn't let you unlock an optional waypoint or something. This game is optimized for Nvidia, and I own an Nvidia graphics card. After installing this game, I opened it up, I went to my graphics options like I usually do, and turned up the resolution and effects like usual. Well, the game crashed. An unintelligible error popped out and I couldn't start the game back up. I had to turn off the game from processes and all that stuff. Apparently Nvidia released a new driver update that not only you have to install, you are also given by default the updater, a game optimizer software. A program that you open up, it scans your hard drive and makes a library of your game collection. You have to click on the game, on Arkham Origins in this case, and click optimize. Thus Nvidia changes the graphic options from within the game, and I was kind of afraid to go to the options and change it even further. So if you have this problem, know this. Go to Nvidia, install the update, and click on the optimize button before opening the game. Don't change anything in the graphic options and you should be fine. Let's take a look now at those options, and then I'll show you some gameplay and possibly do some side quests so that I don't spoil the story. Okay, so this is the main menu. As you can see, options are over here, and the graphic options that I was talking about get set by the outside Nvidia optimizer. Like you saw, I probably put a screenshot in the edit afterwards. I don't recommend changing these. Let the Nvidia program decide for you if you don't want to deal with crashes. I spent about 2 hours reinstalling and doing stuff to the game. Oh my god, like controls, right? So you can play with the controller, or a keyboard and mouse works really well, I must say. And you can edit your keys from this menu right here. Very interesting. Gadgets on. different keys, which is always nice. Is also the fact that they give you all the gadgets from the start, or almost all the gadgets. It's fun. It's fun. They let you play around with those. Okay, audio options, separate sliders, and the option to go to even TV and home cinema. We're not gonna click that here, but just so you know, you can play on your TV and have a different audio setting for that. We'll leave the subtitles on. And game options, if you want some inverted cameras or assists or whatever. What I don't see here is, first of all, when you click the brightness, it's kind of weird that it doesn't show you a brightness helper. You know, if you can see this image, turn it so you can barely see an image. Those we get pretty familiar to those. We don't see it in this game, which is fine. You can just turn your brightness from within the game if you don't like it. But I don't like the fact that it does not have mouse sensitivity, and like many games, for some curious reason, when they come out on PC, the sensitivity is really high. You have to turn it down to like 5%. This game has it pretty high, and you can't turn it down to 5% because there is no slider anywhere. So I kind of like changed the DPI on my mouse so it's playable. Otherwise the camera will jump around all over the place. You can go on online. Extras, here is where you see your statistics, your progress, your story synopsis, your character trophies. I only unlocked Batman, which is cool. You can see Batman. And this is the sensitivity I had set up for my mouse. This is their sensitivity. Let's see if I can get it. This is their sensitivity. I'm only moving my mouse just a little bit left and right. So you can imagine, and this is the one I had set up for this game particularly. You can imagine that it gets frustrating playing and fighting with this sensitivity. What else do we have? Well, concept art. Great. You might have seen this guy before. Killer Croc. Okay. Story. Let us continue the story. You do have various difficulty levels, easy, medium, and hard. You also have a new game plus that lets you play once you finish the game with all your upgrades and cool gadgets and whatever you purchased. I Am the Knight is a mode that is permadeath, which is weird to see in a Batman game, but you know, it's cool that it's here. You die once, that's it, it ends your game. And then challenge mode, I'm not gonna get into challenges, but I just want to show you that you can pick from two characters, Batman and Deathstroke. You can only play with Deathstroke in challenges. You can play him in, you know, the open world combat, sadly. So you unlock stuff through the single player, and then you can play him here in the challenges, which is fun. I'm assuming they will release DLCs like they did with the previous games with Catwoman. You can play with Catwoman. You may be able to play with Deathstroke like you played with Catwoman in the previous game. And I heard he is pretty fun. And now we shall continue the story and possibly avoid spoilers. I am in a mission, if I'm not mistaken. And after this mission, I'll just, you know, fool around in Arkham. Try to do crazy stuff. So this is my normal sensitivity. It is high-ish. It's not very high. So let's see. Space to open door. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit the mechanics. Like I said, there's not a big difference between this game and the previous two when it comes to there we go, and grapple, out of danger. When it comes to the combat, it's not too different. You have stealth, you have a stealth approach, a full-on combat approach. You'll get to see the combat. You have a detective vision that highlights the important elements on the screen that you can interact with. Inverted takedown or hang from above. Let's perform an inverted takedown. There we go. We have various takedowns, which is fun. I'm assuming I should go through that vent. So let's glide off of this vantage point. Take the vent. You may have seen in the control options, although I didn't highlight it. Space does multiple actions, which can get weird. Like you have double space to dodge. You have space to interact, as you saw, and you also have space to run. Which, you know, this is probably because it was made for a controller and the controller has limited buttons, but, you know, they should have configured the PC version to at least give you the option of changing the key bindings, because, well, controls, you can change the key bindings, but these are all bound to 1, so you may change it, but it's still the 3 right there. You can't change them individually. Oh well, let us continue, and probably we'll have some combat. There we go, detective vision. I'm assuming we can perform the takedown through the door. I do have to say that the animation quality, oh my god, like it's really well done. And you will probably see this best in a combat scene. Ledge takedown. It is showing me the various takedowns. I did pass some tutorials. Apparently it is showing me more stuff. Doesn't matter, we shall get through it and explore Arkham City. Okay, where is the thing?
I don't think this tower malfunction is from storm
Okay.
damage. I need to set up a crime scene and find out what happened. I should start by identifying the victim.
Evidence scanner. Let's identify the victim.
Victim's name is David Shannon.
There's an interesting investigation mode
Network tower.
in this game. They did add
DNA impact on the wall.
new stuff, and I'm assuming if you are a fan of Batman and the universe, you will most likely enjoy this game very much. So this is the investigation mode that I was talking about. What it's doing is basically you gather clues, and thus you basically reconstruct what happened in the past. So I completed that clue. I saw that he exploded. He got through the door. Let's see what else happened. What was he typing over here?
It looks like the panel was rigged to detonate when swiped with a key card.
Okay. So it was rigged to detonate when it was swiped with a key card.
Fingerprints behind. Alfred, I'm uploading some prints for analysis. Let me know what comes
You
back.
upload prints, you do some detective mode things.
Here we are. They belong.
Another thing that is really cool in this game, as you would pretty much imagine, is the narrative, the conversation between Alfred and Bruce. And the whole story seems to be really well written. I see no problem with it.
Loose ends. I can bypass the booby
Okay.
access panel with my cryptographic sequencer, but I'll need the encryption codes from the victim's access card.
He does move his mouth when talking, which, you know, weird, but hey. They could have done something. We can see how the crime went. So this guy swiped his key card. But what happened before that? So he swiped it. We did see something over here. I believe. Nah, it's just the vent. I'm assuming we do have to go through here. There are a little bit of quick time events in this game. Ah, there we go. So I knew I saw something. The key card.
This card has the codes I need to hack any of the network tower's access panels.
The key card got over here during the explosion. 0 to select the cryptograph sequencer, prepare it. And what do you do with it? There we go. So this is mouse driven. It is also WSD driven. Let's decode the broadcast. Oh, I had to target this thing. There we go. Tune. Let's tune it. Okay. There we go. And now it is open. Let's open the door and get the heck out of here. Space is also climb. So, there you go. Another function.
Alfred, contact the GCPD. Let them know about the body. Send the data from my analysis, too.
Certainly, sir. Does this mean you found the source of the disturbance?
I think so.
His mouth did move over there. I'll let you guys hear the voice acting, which is it's pretty good.
Well, well, if it isn't the King Thug himself. Figured it was only a matter of time before you showed up. Sorry about the mess downstairs.
Who is this?
Think of me as a great big mystery, one you're never going to solve.
Enigma, then.
Oh, you must think you're so clever. Well, how's this for clever? I've taken control of towers all over the city. As long as they're active, your Batwing's useless. And it looks like it's gonna stay that way. I mean, this one's practically begging to be taken offline, and you still can't hack it. Pun intended, of course.
There we go.
Black Mask's not going to like this.
What are you talking about?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I was afraid it was gonna give spoilers, but it didn't, because it's Enigma, and he doesn't reveal anything, which is great. So this is their version of unlocking pieces of the city, parts of the city. And like I said, people experienced bugs when unlocking some towers, because you couldn't. You got stuck in walls. Okay, so let's talk about the menu a little bit. The map is not mouse driven. You can control it with WSD, and you can see the tower over there, and where you can well, drop off with your Batwing, because there are fast travel points. Pressing E, you can see the most wanted list, Enigma, and we can see him, his mission over there. Then we have the Dark Knight system, basically, you know, ranks and, well, achievements or mini quests as you call them, and they reward you with XP. You can have a look at them. The Wayne Tech is basically the upgrade. Like you saw, well, you didn't see combat yet, but I basically have kind of like all the gadgets. All that's left to do is for me to upgrade them. So a upgrade and a takedown, an upgrade at the Batarang, or in Sonic Shock Batarang later on. And these get unlocked as you progress through the story, and you can purchase them with upgrade points, which you get from well, leveling. Here is an interesting bug. I was kind of stuck, couldn't press E or Q, but I got out of it. And well, invisible predator if you want to go more thief style and not get noticed. And batarang damage, because you can do it from afar. Close combat is basically, up until now, armor and ballistic armor, and you upgrade them. What is this? Special combo, multi-ground takedown. You can see how it works. So there are plenty of upgrades that you can pick from. These ones that rely on stealth, on movement, on sliding on the ground, on dive bombing, cape stun. Very cool. Okay, so let us get out of here. Space to open this door. The detective vision, this thing, is pretty useful. Most of the time you would want to have it on. And this is the city. Let us hope we don't give any additional spoilers. Space and hold. And you hold space to glide. And you use the grappling hook very often. And there are plenty of places where you can grapple. Now let's see some combat. So basically left click until you see that thing above their head. And that is the indication that they are performing a move and you can counter it. Look at the counter options and how cool the animations are. There we go. There's another counter. You can kind of see when they are attacking you. I think there's a mode for the game not to show you when they are attacking you. There's another counter and there's another counter. So you can basically only play with counters if you want. You can also dodge out of the way. And you can use middle mouse button to stun them, to throw your cape across their eyes and attack them like crazy. And I just did a cool combo that basically killed the guy. And when you kill somebody or knock them unconscious, depending if you admit the fact that Batman is killing people or if he is just knocking them unconscious, you get a slow-mo effect, and it's pretty cool. I'm hoping I would get more thugs so I can actually show you. I think by having the detective vision, this is really helpful. And you can see it shows me vantage points. I got stuck in the lamppost. I want to show you more combat because I didn't show you. There we go. I didn't show you my gadgets. So basically what you want to use is the bat claw and the batarang. Here is the batarang. Throw batarangs at your opponents. Gets them stunned and on the ground. You do this either by right clicking. Let me just right click and you kind of like aim with it, but it does have aim assist. Or by pressing 1-1 like I did earlier. But you kind of need to face them. And the bat claw, by pressing 2-2, grabs them and pulls them near you. And you can kind of combo these things. So that guy was coming towards me, so I kind of used my batarang to get rid of him. There are other enemies that will be holding explosive devices. There we go, I got a nice counter. I saw one time a slow-mo effect when I killed somebody with a batarang. That was really cool. Knocked them unconscious. So the combat, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let us do more fighting. And have no spoilers. Because that's what this video is all about. I think I see somebody over there. Okay, let's grapple onto this point. And then, let's see. I think I saw him here. Oh. Ah, wanted to. There are options for you to basically do that. To jump on enemies, like you saw there in the warehouse. They kind of showed me a tutorial. You can stay in the detective vision if you want. The problem is that the enemies are blue and the counter indication is also blue. But you can see it, there's no problem that, you know, you can't. Once you get hit, there we go, it cancels the detective vision. You also get grades at the end of a battle, and there we go, some nice slow-mo final mob kill. Or whatever you want to call them. And grapple over here. And dive with left control. There we go. Which is also crouch. Dive. Let's see if I can do that glide kick.
Attention all units, we need everyone on assignment. No 10-10s until further notice.
Stealth kill? No. Nah, could have done a combat takedown, but no. So the combat is pretty easy. I am playing on normal because I also want to talk in this video, and you know, it's kind of difficult playing on harder difficulties and doing that, but I'm not getting hit once. And let's actually use this. There we go. And it's not difficult. I would recommend for seasoned players, although you probably know that because I'm assuming Origins and Asylum, I'm not sure, but they had kind of the same difficulty levels when it came to fighting. Ah, I got hit once. But you have a lot of life, you can see it on the top left there. I was looking at the top left. That's where I got hit. And I got hit again. You can actually dodge out of the way and throw some batarangs, but of course I need to firstly turn towards them and then throw it. There we go. Countered this guy, countered this guy, and now actually use the middle mouse button. There we go. And counter this guy. And actually do some nice combos that get you more XP, which is always nice. There we go. Let's see if I can get... There we go. I got a batarang. Slow-mo, but this guy was close. I got one. Sniped. Yards away, and that was basically cool. So I'm not gonna bore you with much more of this. This is the third installment in the Batman series. Arkham Origins. Warner Bros. Montreal. Combat is pretty cool, animations are pretty cool, story is pretty nicely written, characters as you would expect. You also have challenges and multiplayer, and some bugs if you... well, you didn't see any while I was doing this video. I would have highlighted them for sure. Combat is pretty great. You may want to check out more stuff about this game because, well, it is a AAA title. You will be paying lots of money for this. There we go. Another Batarang final blow. Batman. I am the Batman. Oh, more thugs. There we go. Showed you the modes. They're pretty cool. I would kind of say it's worth it, but not for, you know, like any person that likes these types of games. I would generally recommend it for fans of the Batman series, because this is the next installment. taking place before the story taking place before the previous games. And it's pretty cool. Visually, it is appealing, although it's more grim and more grey than the previous games. The snow is pretty cool. You do have physics with that. Let's see. Can I? Yes, glide kick. There we go. Glide kick that guy. Can't throw him off the building, but I can do some serious damage. Toasted Synapse from tsgaming.net over here with my first impressions of this game. If you like the series, if you like me showing you new games so that you can make an educated guess whether or not to buy them, please do like, favorite and subscribe if you haven't. And also at the end of my video you will see annotations that will take you to my other playlists. Other first impressions, news and upcoming PC releases, as well as Let's Plays. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Toasted Synapse from tsgaming.net, and I'm signing out.